Do you sometimes feel that because you're opposition, you need to oppose more than you actually do?
Not me personally.
But you feel that a lot of that does go on.
Some people, because remember, you know, when you have a spokesperson role, meaning you have an opposition role, like on my education, you have a duty to say something almost on everything that is an issue, right? So by extension, sometimes you overreach because it is an issue. The public is concerned about it, and then your party start to say, oh, you know, say nothing or whatever. Because I've developed certain public notoriety already, I don't have a need to talk every day. You understand? I can pick and choose when. But there was a time when I just start every day, I lick them every day.
I remember that. I remember that.
But now, you can just say, all right, I'm going to touch this topic. And then I have created in my mind the total of what I want to see. So if it not affect the total, I can allow it. You understand? But there is a need because your party wants an active opposition. And so people will jump onto these things. It is up to the market now, the jury, to say, all right, what you're saying, I would want that. Or so that's why I say whenever I try to put proposals in place.
Which I must say, that's true. You've been consistent in that area where it's not just say nay, but nay, and this is the reason why I say nay.
And this is what to do.
This. Yeah.
And then them consistently teeth it, you know what I mean?
That's the idea.
And you know about the list?
Yeah, but
Who's next? Because it's an Andrew TV, your 24-hour entertainment zone idea.
It's hard for me to say he stole the idea because he's taking pieces of it. You understand? So I can't say him take my cake if him only take the egg. Him don't know if he do the butter, him don't know if he do the sugar. Him just take the egg and I run down with it and say, yo, me have the egg. Possibly like a fright. And then now birthday come, people have a cut egg. You understand? Because he doesn't know how to bake a cake. I have immersed myself into entertainment, you know. I remember I was the junior minister for entertainment. But I also see it as a industry for the poor. You understand? People make life out of entertainment who don't have high investment. So if you don't protect that industry, then some of them youth always say I drive these or whatever we call it now.
Skateboards.
They was skate on the toll. They wouldn't have been able to skate on the toll. Cartel, bounty, there's evidence that them is a self-figure. You understand? Selectors will make life out of it. Round robin is sustaining enough people's life. So more so than just I enjoy it. I see it as an avenue for poor people to make a living. So I studied it. When you put one entertainment zone, which is one venue, to a place where you have 2,000 events every weekend, then all you're doing is to create a demand and supply problem. So the cost of that venue is then going to be a major issue because it's going to be bidded up by people who, in fact, may not pay a fee for the whole year. And then unrent it back because it's only one place have this benefit.
But to be fair, you know, whenever I hear them say things about, you know, the entertainment zone, they usually say it's usually coupled with first. So it seems like them have a mindset to have more than one.
Well, then you can say these are the 10 spots that we have identified, and this is the first. No spot has been identified.
No other 9 spots.
Right, you know, say the other 9 spot. Now, from them time, like, first of all, we said to them, you can't only have one type of zone. Because enough of our parties are not venued parties. They're street dances. So the man really make a money from people coming in free and buying some liquor. If that is the average circumstance, then you can just put some zone someplace where people have to go now find bus fare. People, by the time you reach the zone, you can't buy no liquor. You know? Some of the events that exist, because you don't have JUTC after 10 o'clock.
At that point, what is sense if you can't buy it?
Right, so it don't make no sense. So therefore, you need community zones, right? So you have to be able to say, oh, all right, is it this community display field? Wednesday is the zone night, or Friday is the zone night. And you can go 24 hours. So if you want to go 24 hours, this night you have to choose. You understand? And you then try to book one of them Friday night if it's that you want. You then also need to utilize other spaces. Jamaica is one of the worst at multiple utilization. So therefore the stadium in America, it'll keep a concert, it'll do this. We just want it to be a stadium. You understand?
right,
So
right.
therefore, you have all these car parks and all those places within the commercial spaces that the height of the building and all of those things prevent sound travel. Because the only reason for a zone is to prevent noise nuisance. It's not out of joy and fun. It's the separation of the noise nuisance from the residents who don't want to participate in the noise nuisance. So therefore, when it's a community zone, you might give him a day. So it's a day zoning more so than a place zoning. This place, this day. But then now you have the commercial spaces that you could utilize, the car parks, things like that. And then now that's become another type of zone. Multiplying the available options. So when I was in the tourism, in the entertainment ministry, we were testing the car parks downtown, gone in a Tivoli to see how sound travel. We were going over by the airport where the old Coal Wharf, Fort Rocky, testing sound to see if it reached to Harbour View, so that all those things could be a multiplicity of zone options. Now we know dancehall. A man put up a cloth around it and it said ready now. So we never have to go build out this and say, we build out a zone for you, because enough of them depend on a play field and say, this is the baddest play field me ever depend, right? So the dance don't need a club. You get me?
Yeah.
Now what they are doing now with what we did say Fort Rocky and what we did say with over by thing there was party towns.
Palisados.
No. Fort Rocky is Palisados and then over by Portmore. Right? Which we highlighted. Is party towns. So you want a space that you can go eat, movie, this, that, and 7-8 venues are there within that space.
Yeah.
So anytime you want to go somewhere, say something over here. So you build out a full party town with parking, but then you have to start think logical. People are used to this place, they might drink liquor. So every party town that we design, we say it must have a detox center. So you have to have a detox center because the man don't used to drive in this road. So you have to be a man dead after them drink alcohol because they don't know to navigate. You understand this particular place. Sometime, and we now recommend drunk driving, but sometime when you are drinking and you are driving on your regular route, you kind of have a little vibrations of muscle memory or whatever. But when you carry a man now in a bush, because by extension he has to be far away and he don't used to hear, so you know have to put in detox rules and you have to check in him key and him have to blow before him go back in. So that's why I say you take the egg. It's like how them take the egg and go over by 7th Avenue when Sands keep and mash up that concept, because we say 7th Avenue is a place for entertainment, but it has to be shuttled. Them never put in the shuttle path and then traffic make people can't go airport and now nothing can keep over. You understand? At that time we identified Kier, a big parking area, and said this is where the parking should be. So one of the reasons why I always jump up and say, the idea is because you kill it by taking the egg and leaving the butter and leaving the sugar. You understand? So you put one venue over there on $1 million a night and everybody start to cuss and say zoning a foolishness because you never build out the concept.
So a couple of things, Sir Crawford. I want to read it. When you retweet Andrew Holness tweet about the announcement for the entertainment zone. One day the basis of Jamaica's prejudice will be revealed. The prejudice which makes when I say things it's ridicule, and when it's repeated it's genius. At some point it will be accepted that I'm ahead of them. But this thread will show just a few. Where's the prejudice? What I mean against you?
The first thing is that them already accept me either them. The country now start to say me is the idea man. You understand? Because if a man say goat right now, if I have a curry goat, them say Damion think that. You understand? I tell you, say, I laugh one night when I see somebody say cartel going to Privy Council was Crawford idea, because every minute we jump up and I say, my idea.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, did you say that?
God.
No.
You see how you get tricked.
You did say for real?
Sometimes I have found that when I recommend something, and there are reasons for prejudice, how I look, how I act, how I talk.
So I ask you,
you know what I mean? How I sit down. All of that people will look upon, and then you understand. Maybe if me never make them understand, like Nigel, them that says a good idea. You know?
Are the glasses? Are the glasses? You know, the glasses.
Yeah, the glasses. You understand? Or the semi did work for a big whatever it is. You understand? Or maybe you may not have the power, man, to really listen. Because you don't really have the authority. So what you're saying now is just talk. You understand? But I've seen
like, good idea,
a consistent, you know what I mean? Like, one day maybe. But I've seen consistently. I remember when I came and said, listen, we need to subsidize electricity bills. And they're like, yo, we are going that. You can't afford it. And then I see them just go in parliament and announce them a subsidized electricity bills. Nigel announced it. And then when Nigel was announced, he said, we cannot follow the PMP because they don't have any ideas. And then he announced my idea. I'm like, did I say? Did I only think?
But the thing is,
Sir Crawford, but
Yeah. And then, you know, one time a man kick it up on the field and the ref just look out there. And you say, ref, you don't see that, right?
I'm over here.
And Lisa Kid says thank you.
I'm not telling you, them beat me, you know, like the country, me have to dip on TV, explain, and Dan Jackson, I say, Cliff Hughes, I laugh. And then Nigel say to me, they must say, yo, genius. And I'm like, yo.
But the thing is that, can you be them always say, God, give one man one idea.
True.
I mean, you know.
But if I first say it and Nigel himself, they say it couldn't work. And then
maybe at the time
make it work.
Because it's just utter madness.
I guess that is the thing, because it's one thing to say, oh, you give your idea, but then when somebody say, oh, we don't think that'll work, and then them take the idea
and then I take praise for it.
But the next thing that we are gonna get to is that, okay, you propose these ideas, but who actually get it done? That was an argument.
No,
against,
all right.
You know,
first
what you said.
But let me say, all right. So let me just finish the point by saying, yo, listen, there was no way we could intervene to the public without paying for households because of how Jamaica is set up. For example, if you check something and say, well, I'll give a check to whom? Who is the head of the family? A couple of adults live with the mother, a war broke out, man chop up one another. Plus you couldn't give enough for it to share. So the only way you could have really sustain something is to make a necessity, a utility, be affordable, maybe free or whatever, right? So we said the average person was paying $4,000. So if we give them the $4,000 in the bill, there was a method to give it. And they had to do it because there was no other way. You understand? It's just that we were 10 steps ahead of them. As Cartel said, they don't eat if I don't.
I got the same phrase.
This episode of the podcast is brought to you by Mecca Miami Weekend, Champagne Saturdays and Sunday, starting May 26, 2024. Entertainment by Chromatic, Junior and Creep, DJ Banker, DJ Papit, and Keeper, Club Euro.
At 120 Southwest 3rd, Ava Fort Lauderdale, Florida, right? Yes, Club Euro, and it's admission $40.
Far out. Maybe I should have fixed them, I don't know.
We come back again now, right? And we're saying, yo, I'm going to try this goat thing. Not because me think say, yo, goat is anything special to eat or whatever, right? But because goat is the only thing we could have think of, we don't need constant feed. You know, have to buy feed. A man with broken pauperized, how is he going to buy feed for a year when he can't feed himself? So you have to give him something we don't need that constant expense. That's why I'm not say give him chicken, because he have to buy feed, or give him pig, he have to buy feed. But the goat can have grass. You understand? He might not fat as he could be, but he might go fat enough for you make money. So we say, yo, deal with this. Remember them start calling me goat, man. When them see me, them say, meh. You understand? All these things. Right?
I remember that.
For real?
Yeah.
We never know about the meh part, but we don't say
I'm just about goat in a PMP clothes. Carry the goat coming, I'm sure.
Oh no.
See?
Damn.
But the woman hold my vibes and say, all right, I'm going to prove it. So I'm going to do my own thing and invest my money and say, yo, I'm going to prove this concept. And then let's see the government start to say, you know, goats is the right thing. Take picture with goat. I said, what?
Not Billy.
Look like all of the same goat with the orange shirt. I said, yo, this not right. You understand? So
I said the goat look fresh
Yeah, man, goat look like-
give him a line. It's an entirely new goat, but I see him good.
so them just keep on just doing those things. And so as I said, some people say, yo, it is who implemented. That can't make sense, because the first thing is that there are hurdles again to an idea. The first thing is that I must say to myself, what is right? That's the first thing to an idea. So if you don't know what is right, it don't even make sense to start going further. You have to have something in your mind of what is the outcome that is acceptable.
Yeah.
Then you look and say, what exists? Because that's the only way you know what's wrong. It is the combination or comparison of what exists and what is right that you know what's wrong. So if I say every plate you have 3 dumplings, and then when we look on a plate it have 5, something is wrong. If it have 1, something is wrong too. But knowing is 3, the one who have 1 have 2 less and the one who have 5 have 2 more. So the problem is defined by comparing what you think is right and what exists. Now, if they don't go through those things, they can't get a solution. So when them take the solution, I am worried that him don't agree on what is right or him don't agree on what exists. So just putting in the solution without those 2 agreements is a flawed implementation. So the owner of the idea must then now come to some agreement with the implementer of the idea of what is the outcome. And it's for this reason that the JLP government participating in immateriality, not sufficient to create a change. Because they just take an idea, they don't take the whole concept. They take a concept, not take the whole idea.
Or the ingredients.
Yeah. So I'm gone with the egg. Yeah, you understand?
Yeah.
So when you look it up, you say, yo, all right, we're gonna start a program. And one thing I love with JLP, them are the baddest name them. Like the names to them programs. Yes, catastrophe. Spark. Lift.
I think that's the name of the podcast.
Right. No, but them just have some bad name. Like when you hear the name, they're like a dancer key. Yeah, 450 I got there.
You know, you're right.
No, they're very good at marketing.
Jeep wasn't it?
Yo, man, I tell you, so the names. Well, I remember when we said Jeep, and I draw some pop down Jeep. Like, mom said the program named the Spark program. Like, what you gonna say? Name Spark. You understand? So they come with this thing now and say, all right, Andrew, right? Holness, he says 26,000 youth are in need of intervention from the heart level because they're not doing nothing, right? Cool. All right, I follow you. That sounds nice. And we're going to put in a program to help these youths, 30 per constituency. That's 1,890. He said 26,000 needed. That's immaterial.
Wait, what?
So if say
that done for
no,
My teacher here.
him said 26,000 wanted.
Yeah,
Right.
And he's going to do 30 per constituency. So it's 30 times 63.
Yeah,
You understand? So 30 times 63 that is 600 times 3. That's 1,800. So that's 1,890. And it's 26,000 him say.
Yeah, Ari, I have a laptop in front there.
Sir Crawford, why did this to Ari?
No, I know it's off.
Just
the math is
agree,
off.
No, the math is
That's all you do. How much again?
The 1,890.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, at 60, how much times? How much?
63 times 30.
Size 30, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it's 60, sorry. Yeah, there we go. Right there.
Yeah.
Right?
See? So
Just use a laptop.
when you check it out, you have 24,000 we don't get. You come again with another sweet one named Lift. And you say, yo, we're going to do 500 youth and we're going to pay them for 12 months. And they're from 17 to 20, whatever. It's 240,000 picnic night. And you do 500. So that is immaterial. The Prime Minister come and say, we need 60,000 houses for the poor and the indigent. But we're building 250 per year or whatever. That take 240 years for him to finish the 60,000. That's immaterial. Yeah. So the only hope that exists within that hope housing plan is that I hope him dead so me can get it. I hope him no know. I mean,
I want to Crawford of the bars. Some bars.
So the principle, we have agreement.
Yeah.
Yo, the youth them need to get an opportunity them never get to go to school. But
True.
I'm saying since Heart have $15 billion every year, give me $5 billion so I can build out in each school. Some what you call labs, technical labs. So them just walk over there. Instead of you have to say, we're going to get bus fare to places that can't hold it full already. You understand? So the two of we had the same outcome in mind. But when you take, so if me say, we forget the youth, them figure out Heart, and him take that concept, he hasn't taken my idea. Because I think we should build 4 labs in every high school. And then you teach the kids that go to school in the day, so that we don't keep replicating people who don't have a skill. And then you teach one of them who live next to them near in the night. That's what I believe. Are you understanding what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I keep on saying, give me egg. Because when he takes the egg, I can't make no cake now. You understand me?
Does it generally frustrate you?
Yes.
It frustrates
It frustrates me because me dep on the bench and feel say me at the star baller.
Jaja.
Like me I say, yo,
You
me could have.
feel.
Yeah, because maybe when you go up on the field, sometimes when you run out, Sometimes you run out, you say, so they feel a big.
Yeah,
You understand?
Yeah, so the bag is hot.
Yeah. So sometimes the presumption that you can, but that is what I have now. I feel disappointed and disillusioned because the problems are a lot. I'm looking on it. The problem is stressing me too because I want the problem to fix, but you can't fix it.
Yeah.
And then you not get no chance. You understand?
With that being said, let me ask you this. Do you feel that if the PNP was in power, if they formed the government, with these ideas, which you've voiced since about 2013, you think they would be implemented now?
A greater probability because I'm in the room.
Yeah.
So I can't say they will be implemented because I'm not the final arbiter. The final arbiter is the leader of the party. But the leader of the party is closer to my opinion than the JLP.
Yeah.
So the three of us go to the bar and it's breakfast time and I say, I want apple juice, and Mark say, I want pineapple juice, and then Andrew say, I want rum. Even though he might have pineapple and me the apple, it's better we gang up on rum because at least we come now and say which juice. With the JLP, I'm not in the room. So my opinions aren't considered in the room. And worse, now I take everything and I say, my idea, I don't think they might implement no more.
Let's not give you any credit.
No, just even if it's a good idea, no, we're not doing it just because.
But the funny thing is, you probably aren't the only one who have the idea.
Anytime like me, you're like, my name Juliet, like Deputy Prime Minister, but I say, name Juliet, the Deputy Prime Minister, yo, we're not better.
Reverse sex.
But if you're in the room as a lobbyist, and then within the party, I'm also a person of some amount of power. So sometimes people say, why did you never do it the last time? The last time I had no power. You understand? I wasn't even in the cabinet. I was looking new, me fresh, me new. Now me have enough people behind me. So I can start butt up the chicken and say, yo, this half a do and me not take nothing. So stuff like that. So I think it is more probable.
Yeah, go buy it up for real.
Then you must buy it up. Because suppose me now really got on Minister of Education now and none of them thing I put in. The people must told me.
Yeah.
So I really have to buy it up.
Okay. The man say full of
the man say, yo, the man didn't know everything. And know that him have it. And them don't know say somebody I said no.
Which is usually a funny thing when you're outside looking in, you're thinking that you should do it here, you should do that there.
But when you get the chance,
in, it's like,
no, well the difference is
there was a hole there. That's why. That's why them never put.
You get for played for the field now. Go and kick some ball.
But Auntie Favor never had an opinion before either. So it's not like you can say, yo, yes, she used to think so, but so it's not like she had ideas. And when you go in, you can't do our people. Because your ideas will be constrained by other interests, you know. There's a man who's in charge of roads where I said, don't give him the money, give me. There's a person in charge of foreign affairs. So all of those things. But you just don't see concepts, simple things. So the teachers are migrating. All right, cool. Do we have a retention plan? The answer is no. Because if we have one, nobody told nobody. You understand? So if we are having a problem where I pick near the CXC this year and I have no maths teacher from third form because every year 1,000 are left and 1,000 other left, what's the teacher retention plan? So we could always come and say, yo, you can borrow 20 million from NHT and you're going to get that 4% for housing. But at the point that you leave the profession, it turned into a real mortgage at 12%. So that now make you want to stay. Come and have a house and with it. You understand? So every 5 years that you're in the profession, you can get 5% off your concession. So therefore, your concession 5 years, you get a car 5% off your concession. 10 years, 10% off your concession. 15 years, so there's a reason to stay. Those are things that don't need nobody if you agree on. These are just simple logical principles. Are you understanding? If you do a master's, you get an increase because you have improved yourself.
Right.
And if you get every one where you get $1,000, that means you go to you beat them pit and they forget a one. You understand what I'm saying? All right. You have to send police go to the guy teacher them and move away. Right? And so no, but I'm working with a school and I say, yo, the pit in them can't read. So we keep summer school. So them said the parents not sending the kids. Some say, all right, we have a raffle. If your picnic come every day, you can win $200,000. That's your entrance. So you can't buy a ticket or nothing. The only way you get a ticket is if you're a picnic come school every day. Right now, them are trying to send a picnic them the school never started.
Nice.
Jump the gun.
Yeah. So therefore there's certain things that you just don't see an idea.
Funny big tip, jump na the pool. But I see licks when they hear semi-rich. Me really mean it. Looking at me ring the pyramid of Egypt. She say head here too extra. There's so much chain for your neck for.
You love my mind, don't care. That love is blind.
Yeah, I'm ready, I'm a one move steady. If a girl get petty, tell her I'ma move heavy.
You love my mind, don't care. That love is blind.
Too calm and know me up now. Them can call me, I don't give a fuck now. Trust me, been I do this for some years now. Them can't deny me greatness, them just free yo. And feel like me have it all, no one for lose. And if them bad talents, say them need to prove it.